Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises going on into our powers. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. A give the honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. They have taught us His truth to the concept of the world through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. A peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly stand on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Aquabs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line is going back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the brother Ira, coming back with another lesson to the Lord willing, edify, and feed the lambs of the Lord. All right. And the Lord is definitely exposing and bringing the things that have been hidden to the forefront. All the wickedness that is done in the dark, the Lord is bringing it to the light. All right. Which, shows you that America is almost out of here. All right. Babylon is getting ready to be destroyed, which when we say Babylon, we referring to the daughter of Babylon, or Babylon the Great, which is AKA America. Okay. The land of confusion, the land of bitterness, the land that is being ran by the Edomites, the self-proclaimed white people today. All right. And they're wicked according to the Bible, and the Lord is exposing all their wickedness. All right, because these people, all right, behind closed doors, all right, practice left-hand practices, satanic practices, okay? And a lot of children have been going missing, which this ain't nothing new. But the Lord got the light shined on these devils, okay? And this is another reason why the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. So right here it says, in the AI overview, it says Utah has enacted the ritual abuse amendments. The bill is HB66 in 2025. All right, this year. It says, which addresses ritual abuse and the contents of criminal offenses, particularly those against minors. The bill includes provision for law enforcement training, the creation of an aggravating factor, and sentences in coordination with others related legislation. All right, which, for them to have to pass a bill like this, that means that the dirt is being dug up. That means that the information is coming out about the type of activities that are going on throughout the states throughout the states of here in Babylon. Okay. All right. Which we've been speaking on this. Everybody's been saying these things have been conspiracies. They've been lies, all right. And they're not. All right. These things are happening. Okay. Blood sacrifices, abuse. All right. And the Lord is getting fed up of the wickedness that goes on here. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay. And, a lot of these politicians, actors, people that are in high status, presidential seats, top military officials, okay, they're all connected into this inner circle regarding these situations that take place. All right. Matter of fact, let me get a precept real fast, brothers. All right. This is the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots, and I will cut off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thine strongholds, and I will cut off witchcraft out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. All right, because see, these Edomites, they tap into the ancient customs of the Egyptians. All right, they tap into the ancient customs of the Chaldeans, the Babylonians. All right, and they take their practices and they do these satanic worships still to this day. Okay, all right, and the Lord is getting ready to cut America, which is Babylon the Great, off, all right, by the ways of destruction. All right, this is why Babylon is falling. All right, and they promote, you know, the alphabet agenda. All right, they promote wickedness. Okay, this is what these Edomites are into. Same-sex marriage, pornography, children sacrifice. This is what they're into. All right, and these are part of the reasons why the Canaanites were destroyed. All right, because of the shit that they were doing. So America's getting ready to feel the wrath of the Lord real soon. Let's go to verse 13. It says, thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the works of thine hand. It says, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities. All right, and everybody knows about, you know, the Bohemian Grove, you know, which when they think about the Bohemian Grove, they think about Alex Jones. Okay, and you just recently had the boxer Ryan Garcia, which was promoting his fight, but he was using the narrative of him being tied to a tree and what he experienced at the Bohemian Grove. But they got children that they have found remains of, okay, at this location. All right, and these are not conspiracy, these are facts. All right, this is right here from the National Files. It says, exposed dead children in the CPS system near Bohemian Grove and Pelosi, the pedo links. Let's read a little bit of this. It says, the deaths of numerous children in the Child Protective Services system in Contra Costa County, California, are raising suspicions, especially considering accounts of proximities to Bohemian Grove, home of an alleged elitist Molech worshiping cult. The deaths highlight the CPS crisis in Northern California. Nancy Pelosi personally rents office space to a pedo-linked child welfare group that was designed by a notorious pedo in the Bay Area. The political class in Northern California allegedly lords over a child sex trafficking epidemic in which foster care kids are being used as sex workers, according to recent documentary Save the Baby. So, you know, brothers could watch the documentary if it's still around. They ain't take that down. All right, but you recently had more bodies be found at the Bohemian Grove. Okay, all right, you have bodies that have been found at so-called churches, burial grounds of deceased children. Okay, these are the type of things that are going on here. Like the Lord said, he said he's going to bring nothing shall be hid. He's going to bring the light, the darkness to the light. All right, and bear with me, I'm gonna, you know, play a video as well. This is Mark 4:22. It says, but there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it shall come abroad. Okay, so everything that is so-called covered, the Lord is revealing it. He's manifesting it. He's making it known. Okay, all right, and he's letting the world know Because more and more people are waking up to what the hell is going on in this world. All right? And the Lord got the prophets speaking up on these things, okay? Whether you believe it or not. Because, see, the Lord will let you know why he's going to destroy this place. And this is one of the reasons. This is part of the problem in the earth. That you got innocent children that are going missing. And these are the type of demonic and disgusting acts that are taking place with them, okay? You know, things that you can't say, or they'll flag your video and take it down, you know? Which, Lord willing, they don't take this video down, all right? Because, hey, just, Lord willing, they don't take it down. But I'm trying to say too much, but you know how Esau get down, man, you know? But it says, so why are children dying in the system, and why is Contra Costa County forcing dead babies to be cremated so their families can't see their bodies? What are they trying to hide? All right, and this was you know, September 24, 2022. All right, that came out. All right, but now you got more information that is surfacing, okay, concerning this topic. All right, and this is why the Lord said he getting ready to burn this place with fire. Matter of fact, hold on, I gotta go back to Micah. All right, let me finish that out. It says, and I will, Micah 5:14, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathens, such they have not heard. All right, so this is the reason why Babylon is going down right now. All right, and why the Lord's getting ready to destroy this place through violence. Okay, all right, this is what the Lord is singing. All right, on high. Okay, let me go to this video I got queued up. All right, because they saying this is with Oprah Winfrey. All right, and children going missing in Africa. All right, but there's children that have gone missing here. Remember the migrants, right? The Northern Kingdom that came up here. Matter of fact, well, let me open up another tab. You know, let's not forget, you had what, 300 migrant children going missing. Let's see, let's get that real fast. All right. Right, yep, right here. Are 300,000 migrant children missing in the U.S.? Trump claims Biden lost track of over 300,000 migrant children. Okay, so let's not forget. You know, you got children that they say they got a number, a million children go missing a year. You got, it's like 30 to 60 seconds a child goes missing a day. You know? Alright, so where are all these children going? They're being used, alright, for satanic practices.
The mutilated bodies of hundreds of children, believed to be victims of ritual sacrifice, have been uncovered in a large unmarked grave deep within the forests, on the grounds of what was supposed to be a safe haven, one of Oprah Winfrey's African schools for orphans. Instead of being protected, these parentless children were preyed upon. Many vanished without a trace, some sold overseas, while the rest were sacrificed in blood rituals and discarded like waste, their bodies buried in an unmarked grave. Locals close to the situation describe it as a highly organised operation, one so profitable the perpetrators believe they were untouchable, and claim that both law enforcement and the media were paid off to keep it quiet.
Why? Yeah, because they all in on it, you know. Hollywood is known for left hand rituals, sacrifices. Everybody in the industry, whether they're a rapper, actor, producer, you know, they're a part of these agendas, okay? All right, and you got even our own people, one of them being Oprah Winfrey, okay? Well, she's a demonic witch, All right, and Yahweh Shema Shai is going to deal with her. Okay, but she's down with this whole pedo agenda. All right, and the scriptures speak about how our people have even become more wicked than the wicked. All right, but they'll act as if they're against these type of agendas. They'll act as if they're exposing these things, and they have a heart towards the wrongdoing of these atrocities. But don't be fooled. These individuals love the fame, the money, the status, and the limelight, okay? That they're willing to sell their souls in order to keep the riches of the world, okay? So they get down with these same agendas as well, okay? Let me get this in a book of, what is it? Let me see, it's locked, yeah. Might be. Here it is. This is Ezekiel. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it at all. Salakia. And she has changed my judgment to wickedness more than the nations, my statutes more than the country around about. That's a good one, though. That's a good one, Salakia. Let me read that, brothers. Salakia. All right, Ezekiel 5 and 5, it says, thus saith the Lord power. This is Jerusalem. All right. And mind you, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, we make up Jerusalem. It says, I have set in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her, and she have changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations, okay? All right, so our customs and practices, our people have taken a liking unto the heathens. Just for case and example, Oprah Winfrey, well, she's only one of many, you know? All right, and our people again have become more wicked than the wicked. All right, which they're going to be destroyed too. All right, because the Lord is not overlooking their crimes, their sins. Okay, they're not going to get off scot-free. Okay. It says, in my statutes more than the countries that are round about her, for they have refused my judgments and my statutes. They have not walked in them. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, because ye multiplied more than the nations that are round about you. You have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to my judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgments in the midst of thee in the sights of the other nations. So 2/3 of our people, which Oprah Winfrey, she's definitely part of the 2/3 club. She's definitely going to be destroyed alongside with Esau Edom. P. Diddy is going to be destroyed alongside with Esau Edom. All right, and many others like them, okay, that are down with the devil. All right, let me see. I know the one I'm looking for is they become more wicked than the wicked. If I can't find them, Baba Kashar brothers, please help a brother out. Put it in the comment board, please. You know, but it might be, it could be Jeremiah. You know, sometimes I forget, brothers. You know. Okay, here it is, Jeremiah 5 and 25. It says, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. For among my people are found wicked men. That goes for women as well. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, said the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? And you better believe, all right, that judgment is coming for all the wicked 2/3 of our people, all right, that get down with these practices, all right, that help the devil further their agendas, okay? You all are going to be destroyed by Yahweh, by Shema Shai. Let's watch some more of this.
Why isn't this front page news in every newspaper in the country? Where is the mainstream media? The short answer is mainstream media is hard at work covering up the crimes of the globalist elite, including the depraved crimes of Oprah Winfrey. Before we dive in, a quick word about VP.net, the next generation of private browsing, including the depraved crimes of Oprah Winfrey. Before we dive in, a quick word, American billionaire, actually the world's most prolific pimp and child sex trafficker. According to investigators, Oprah Winfrey has been hiding in plain sight for decades, conspiring with some of the world's most notorious pedophiles and sex traffickers, and taking every opportunity to normalize child sexual abuse in public forums.
And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened.
Now that she knows we're onto her, historical episodes in which she normalizes the most horrific crimes against children are being scrubbed from the internet.
It was used also in worshiping the devil, participated in human sacrifice rituals and cannibalism. You come from generations of ritualistic abuse?
Yes, my family has an extensive family tree. It's gone back to like 1700.
Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family. There would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in their family. No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not. When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
And the purpose of sacrifice is to what? Is to bring you what? What are you sacrificing for?
For power.
Power.
Yep, for power. That's what these devils do. All right? That's why they sacrifice on the left-hand side, because they want power, okay? Which the left hand is controlled by the Most High, all right? Satan is controlled by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, all right? But the Heavenly Father is allowing Satan to work with, okay, the wicked, all right? Esau, Edom, all right? But they ass, too, is getting ready to go down, all right? Because Satan is not going to help them, all right, forever, all right? The Most High is going to withhold Satan from allowing them to get the insight that they have, okay, on that left-hand side. But let me get this real fast, too, in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, in the GNT. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "You hated the people who lived in your holy land long ago." All right. Now this is speaking about the ancient Canaanites, okay, which the Israelites, starting with our forefather Joshua, okay, they were set at the steed of taking down Jericho, and then furthering moving into the land of the Canaanites, which the Lord already had promised that we was going to inherit that land, all right, which was the land of Israel, okay? So you had Joshua, all right, and the younger generation that the Most High spared, okay, remove these sinful and wicked people, okay, out of that land, all right? But this is what the Most High, he hated. Okay, the type of odious works that they were doing, just like the type of odious works that they're doing today, okay? And Esau's being exposed on, all right? And Esau too will be removed out of his power, okay? And this land will be a barren land, a desolate land, a wilderness, okay? All right, and that's the reason of the ICBMs, okay, which the other nations have, the thermal nuclear missiles that they have, okay, which is to utterly burn this place. Fire and brimstone will rain down in the form of rockets. All right. It says, you hated the people who lived in your holy land long ago because they did horrible things. They practiced magic and conducted unholy worship. They killed children without mercy and ate the flesh and blood of human beings. All right. And these things are being done here today. Okay. Spirit cooking, cannibalism. All right. So you got all these individuals that are into these type of practices and worship. Those that are part of the brulee, the so-called black excellence, which there's no such thing as a black excellent. There's no even such thing as black people. But you got Shaq, you got LeBrons, you got your Kanyes, okay? All right? They're linked up with these top demonic Edomites that are into all these wicked works, okay? And this is what they do behind closed doors. Don't let these people fool you, man. These are demonic ass people. It says they were initiated into secret rituals in which parents murdered their own defenseless children. Okay? All right? And you got those that are not murdering the children, but they're giving their children over unto Satan, like Will Smith. You got the reversal roles of genders. You got Willow, which is Will Smith's daughter. Her name is Willow, which is a masculine man's name. And then you got Jaden, which is Will's son. He has a feminine name, okay? And look at Jaden today. Bugged out, passed out off of pills, wearing women's clothing. All right. Same thing with what's going on with what's his name? The basketball player. Played on the Miami Heat. He's with Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade. You know? Look what's going on with him and his son. Okay? All right? So that's in a form of murder. Okay? Because they know what they're doing. All right? They're sacrificing their children unto the idol god Molech. All right? And that's why they push that spirit here. Planned Parenthood. Okay? All right? And many other practices that people do willingly. Okay? You know, and look how people are in an uproar when so-called these demonic practices were so-called taken away, which really they weren't taken away, just the power was given back unto the states. Okay? But look how people's panties got tight, you know, when they felt that their power was being taken away from them, not being able to do wickedness. That shows you how embedded of wickedness has been sown amongst the people. Okay? All right? How much of enchantments are here, you know? All right? The water Yahweh by Shema was shy, because the scriptures say that no enchantment shall come against Jacob, but that's the Lord's elect. All right? Let me get that as well. Give me a second, brothers. All right? Give me a second. Okay? Enchantment. This is Numbers 23 and 23, it says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob of Israel, what have the Most High wrought? All right, and you remember Balaam, okay, all right, which seeked after enchantments against Israel, all right, but the Most High wasn't with it. So the Most High's not with the elect being enchanted by these sorcerers, by these witches and warlocks, man. Okay, we have a divine protection, you know. We have a hedge over us from on high that keeps us secure, because you have a lot of demonic enchantments going on in these last days, man. You know, all right, and things are constantly getting more weird and just bizarre. We're living in Bizarro's world, all right. You know, you brothers watched, you know, the old Supermans and, you know, look at the comics or whatnot. Bizarre world, all right. But Shalaki, let me go back, all right. We living in bizarre world, you know. This place is demonic. But let me keep reading. It says back in Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 5, it says, they killed their children without mercy and ate the flesh and blood of human beings. They were initiated into secret rituals in which parents murdered their own defenseless children. It was your will for our ancestors to destroy these people. Okay? All right? And it's going to be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's will to bring about destruction to Babylon. All right? And it's coming soon. It's coming fast. Okay? You look at the time, how the times have been being sped up, brothers. You know, and you sisters out there, man. You know? All right? Time is being set up for what? All for the elect's sake. Okay? It says, so that land which you consider the most precious of all lands will be a suitable home for you people. All right? Which we will get our land back, which is the land of Israel. Okay? That time is coming. All right? But this place has to go. This place has to go first before we do get our land. You know? So let me go back to that video. I said I wanted to bring some of that out. All right? It's a lot of information.
And so, were you ever used? Were you ever used yourself?
I was molested. I was raped several times.
And what's your mother doing?
She's lives in the Chicago metropolitan area. She's on the Human Relations Commission of the town that she lives in, and she's an upstanding citizen. Nobody would suspect her.
An outstanding citizen who nobody would suspect? Almost sounds like Oprah herself, who has spent millions manipulating the media and carefully crafting an image that makes her look spotless, untouchable even. Oprah knows the stakes are sky high. Her sprawling empire, a glittering fortress, teetering on the rotten core of lies, manipulation and abuse. One wrong move.
Yeah, which Oprah, she's just a small fry, all right, to the bigger problem, okay? You know, Esau Edom is the big fish. You know, what my man Terrence Crawford say to Errol Spence, he said, big fish get caught too. All right, Esau ass is about to get hooked by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
One wrong move and the whole thing could come crashing down. That's why Oprah became an expert at manipulating young stars.
It feels good. I mean, if you're 7 years old and somebody, which I was trying to say this to my friends who had children, you're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis, it feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good.
According.
All right, and that's demonic. That's demonic. All right, because children are not supposed to know about shit like that, nor be touched like that, because they're innocent. You know? All right? So I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but Lord willing, I'll post the link in the description box. Lord willing, if I forget, brother, just send me a message and remind me. You know? But let's go right here to the book of Isaiah chapter 47. And let's start at verse 8. It says, "Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know loss of children." All right, in the pride of these devils, man. Okay, the Most High is fed up of how proud, all right, these Edomites are, you know. Okay, and they don't think that they shit don't stink and that they not gonna get trodden down. Okay, they don't believe that they're getting ready to be brought low, you know. But the Lord getting ready to bring their ass low. He getting ready to destroy this place. Okay, all right. This well-favored harlot. Okay, that the world has been enticed by. Okay, all right. Lord's getting ready to destroy this place by fire, burn it. Okay, and burn it all. You know, that's the best way to cleanse the filth. You know, and this land is filthy. This land is polluted by bloodshed, rape, robbery, murder, you know, molestation, children abuse, you name it. All right. And once this place goes, this shit will happen no more. No more, because why? You're going to have the true God, the true judges of the earth, establishing righteous order underneath our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. You know? Shit is unbelievable, but it's happening, okay? And the Lord is exposing it, okay? It says, "But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day." All right? And it says, "In 1 hour shall that great city be destroyed," which is America, okay? 1 hour. That's how fast the Lord's going to destroy this place when he comes with the heavenly host, the angels, all right? Those laser beams from the chariots, those are also going to disintegrate this place, disintegrate you dirty, nasty people, you know? It says, in one day the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. But they're not going to be able to prevail, okay? No matter how much they try to go into predictions and do more sacrifices and look towards the left hand, the Most High is going to withhold that left hand from them, okay? All right? The Most High controls the right hand and the left hand, okay? But it says, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, there shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. All right, and we're gonna go back into the previous chapters. All right, Isaiah the 13th chapter, because it links up. All right, that fire, which this land is gonna burn like Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? You know, Admah, Zoar, Zobaim, if I'm saying that correctly, all right? The 5 cities, you know? Those lands were made desolate heaps, okay? And still to this day, they're uninhabitable, all right? That's what's getting ready to happen to Babylon the Great. Isaiah 13 and 19, it says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, excellently she shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts and the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. It says, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. All right, this is why the Lord is making the time go fast. All right, because Babylon is running out of time. All right, these Edomites are running out of time. All right. Hey, the triumphant of the wicked is short. Esau shall not be able to pass his bounds. All right. We're getting ready to see Esau go down. That's why, hey, Jacob's trouble is right here. The mark of the beast is right here. You know, any day now things can happen. Cyber attack, China blackout bombs. Who knows how the Lord's going to get this thing popping and set it off, all right, which is going to lead to a chain reaction amongst many other things. But we know that all these things that happen are going to be, all right, for Yahweh Shai's return, okay? So, brother, stay prayed up, you know? All right, we almost out of here, man, and more shit like this is going to keep coming out, and the Lord is going to hide the prophets real soon because the message is going forth. The message is going forth. Yahweh Shai is done talking, all right, or getting ready to be done talking real soon, okay? And the chance of mercy are here now for you brothers, all right, and you believers out there, all right? It's time to turn to the Lord, man, all right? For you out there that's straddling the fence, time to turn to the Lord. Lord's about to do a number on this place. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the Lord's elect. Giving all praise, going on to our powers, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahweh Shai, call him Layla, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, the water, man, to Wab, Shalom, 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 Shalom. All right, it's on to the next.